Hey guys, creative psychology here.
Stroke is the thickness given to any path in Illustrator. In Illustrator, we can modify the stroke of any figure very easily and give it designs using the stroke settings. In the next 5 minutes, you will become acquainted with using various stroke settings in Illustrator. So without further ado, let's get started. So as you can see, I have drawn a circle here. This circle has both the fill and stroke. If you see towards your left, under the toolbox, you will see these two squares. This one denotes the fill and this one denotes a stroke. If you click on them, then you can change the color of your fill or stroke. Like so. If you want to swap the colors of the fill and stroke, then you can click on this little double arrow over here to do that, like this. So now you know that vector shapes in Illustrator can have either a fill, stroke or both. If you want to remove the fill of this shape, then just click on the square denoting the fill, and then click on None. So, now this shape has only a stroke. But let's say you want to keep the fill and remove the stroke. You can remove the stroke by clicking this square, denoting the stroke, and then clicking on None. So now this shape has only a fill. Now that was all the basic stuff. Let's learn about the actual strokes. Now, as you can see, I have drawn 3 circles. The radii of all the circles are equal, but the only difference is in the alignment of their strokes. To show you the difference, we will need to open the stroke panel. To do that, go to Window and then click on Stroke. You can also press Ctrl F10 to bring it up. Now, position it wherever you like the best. If we select the first circle, then we can see that the stroke alignment is to the center. This means that if you increase or decrease the stroke, change will take place on both the sides, the inside and the outside. If you select the second figure, then you can see that the stroke alignment is to the inside. So, the change will take place only towards the inside. The stroke alignment of the third figure is towards the outside. So, the change will take place towards the outside. Using this, you can align the stroke of a figure to the inside, to the outside, and to the center. Now, let's talk about joins in Illustrator. By joins, we mean the type of corner you want to use in your figures. There are 3 types of joins in Illustrator. The first is the miter join. This square over here has the miter join. The miter join is somewhat sharp. The second type of join is the round join. If we select the second square, you can see that it has a round join. The round join is a little rounded. If I zoom in a little bit, you can see that it is somewhat curved at the corners. The third type of join is the bevel join. As you can see in the third square, the bevel joint cuts of the corners. Now, to sum it up, we have 3 types of joins. The miter join, the round join, and the bevel join. Now, let's learn about dashed lines. You can convert any stroke into a dashed line by checking the dashed line option in the strokes panel. If we uncheck this option, then it gets converted back into the regular stroke. Also, you can adjust the width of the dashes and the gap between them. By default, the weight of the dashes and the gaps is equal. But let's say you want a dash of 12 points and then a gap of 5 points and then a dash of 3 points. So, we have created an interesting looking pattern, like this. So, you have a lot of customization. Now, let's have a look at this dotted square. To convert the stroke into dotted line, you have to make sure that the weight of your stroke and the weight of the dashes is equal. Here, we have the weight of the strokes is 7 points and the weight of the dash is also set to 7 points. If we change any of these, let's say, if I change the weight of the dashes from 7 points to 15 points, then you can see here that it no longer looks like a dotted line. So, the weight of the stroke must be equal to the weight of the dashes. Next, we have these open paths over here, and we will learn about their endpoints, also known as caps. So if we select this path, then you can see here that the butt cap is on, which is our regular one. If we select the second path, then you can see that the round cap is on. The round cap is a little rounded off. And then, we have the projecting cap. The projecting cap is same as that of the butt cap, but the only difference between them is that, if you select the projecting cap, then you can see here that the stroke ends a little bit further than the path. So, this path has a butt cap, this one has a round cap, and this one has a projecting cap. Now, let's learn about the arrowheads. Here is an open path which I have drawn. In Illustrator, you can set arrowheads to the endpoints of a path. If we select this open path, then we can set an arrowhead in the stroke panel. Here, you can choose whichever arrowhead you like. Let's set another arrowhead towards the right-hand side of this path. Let's select this one. Also, you can swap its direction using this swap button. You can scale your arrowheads by using the scale option, like this. You can apply arrowheads to any open path. To show you, I'll draw an open path using the pen tool. So, here is a path. After selecting it, you can apply any type of arrowhead. By default, the tip of your arrowhead lies on the tip of your path. If we zoom in a little bit, then you can see that the tip of the path and the tip of the arrow coincide. If you want the tip of the arrow to extend beyond the tip of the path, then click on this option, extend the arrow tip beyond the end of the path. Now, you can see that the tip of the arrowhead extends a little further than the path. So, I hope you are now acquainted with using strokes in Illustrator by watching this video. Tell me, which feature of the stroke settings did you like the best, down in the comments below. We will be posting more short and easy to understand Illustrator tutorials in the near future. Subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to get notified when we upload a new video. If you like this video, please hit the like button. And finally, thanks for watching.